Point it at YouTube.
Israeli military says it struck 450 targets. Good Lord, good Lord.
Well, we're on an Ethernet connection.
How many women, infants, and children
We're plugged
died
straight
in that?
in, so I don't know what's going on with it. But
Can you hand me a beer, baby?
what we're gonna do, guys, it is
all right, guys, we're back. And
we
hopefully,
actually have more.
I am live as of right now. Hopefully, you guys will come back and join us. I'm almost done bitching. But I'm not.
Them were like
I'm not, though.
ones, but I actually have bigger ones, actually.
Let me actually stop this. Turn that down. All right. We went back and checked, and even the stream was choppy. It was choppy as hell. So we're going to actually go out of here. There it is. So we are actually live now. This is a hour two, part two of the Big Bitch Fest. Thank you, baby. All right, guys. I do apologize about that. I apologize about that. So are we still glitching is the question I have. If you can pull that up and check. If you could pull up and check. What's up, man? I actually seen your comment earlier. I was like, that's the homie. Hey, I actually wanted to ask you about that electric muscle car you guys had. I was going to go up to Dodge tomorrow. Holly's off tomorrow. And we were thinking about test driving that hybrid Hornet. They got a hybrid, part electric, part gas. And I think they want like 47 for it. It's not I don't think the Hornet's a muscle car though. I think it's just hybrid, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I want to go take a look at it though. Miss Nicole, what is good with you? This is part two, hour two. The first stream started glitching super crazy, so we had to end up killing that first stream. But we are back, and we are talking about some of our biggest pet peeves in life, actually. And not just in life, but politics. I feel like, am I the only one that's upset that we're paying these people in Congress and they're not getting the job done? It's like, well, we're just going to take a slight break. What kind of bullshit is that? But we're going back to the pet peeves of Uber. Which one was that on? Do you remember?
You were talking about the kids with no car seats.
The kids with no fucking car seats. How many of you, seriously, I mean, would you put your kid with an unknown driver? Would you put your kid in a car without a car seat with an unknown driver? Seriously? I can't do it. I cannot do it, guys. Real talk. So let's keep the ball rolling. We were talking about the car seats, man. Oh, wow. Let's go over here and see. People who bring open containers. This isn't a big one for me. Or should I be tripping off of that? Even
what kind of open containers?
Because you can have multiple containers. Correct. You can have multiple type of containers. So you can have a Sprite bottle with a twist lid. Or you can have a coffee cup that has a twist lid. My coffee cup, it's completely seals. Even if it drops, no fluid comes out. But then you can have a Starbucks coffee cup and you're like, ugh.
Yes.
You can have a McDonald's coffee cup and you're like, ugh. So, open containers do bother me in the car. But especially if it's alcoholic, because you don't know, you don't got the slightest freaking idea to keep it 100. When somebody gets into your car and they're holding, well, this one, Are we still tripping on the thing over there, baby?
What?
Are we still glitching up or freezing?
We're good.
Thank God. So I think what happened, we had actually scheduled a live broadcast. I scheduled it from my phone. We scheduled this live broadcast. I put the thumbnail in. I put all the information in. Only thing we had to do was show up and do it. I come to my computer and turn the broadcast on, and we have been having glitch city every freaking since. So it is what it is. But we are back now. We actually had to shut the stream down, start over again, and we are actually back. And we were discussing all the pet peeves. I actually got a whole list of them here, but I do got my top 5. I got my 5 favorite pet peeves though, and we're going to get to them, but I got a couple other pet peeves before we do that. If you guys have any pet peeves, feel free to drop them in the comments and we will most definitely discuss them. Real talk. Stupid is taking over.
Yes, it is.
Okay. When she says this stupid is taking over, it's been there. These people aren't working for us, man. They're not working in our best interest. I'm not a Trump supporter. I have my own personal problems with Donald Trump, and it's my right as an American. It doesn't mean I'm not a real American. No, I just don't like him, and I'm not voting for him, period. Actually, I'm Team Nikki. Y'all need to go check her out. I don't know. That is an official endorsement for all 11 of my subscribers. We need to grow, guys. We need to grow. But I'm definitely Team Nikki. I feel like she's the adult in the room. I feel like she's the one that'll focus on fiscal responsibility. I don't like when the Republicans are talking about cutting out Medicaid and Medicare and but there's some things you can't afford to pay for. It's real great to say we can give everybody everything, but there's some things that we just can't afford. The biggest drivers of our budget are the entitlement programs, whether it be the Social Security or the Medicaid or whatever else it is. And these are already built into the budget. You can't change them if you want to. So I'm like, why don't we get somebody in there who can actually talk about what we can do instead of giving us sound bites? That's what kind of fucks me up. So anyway, to get back to the bitching. Yeah, to the bitching. Honestly, we already talked about the people sitting behind me. But this is another one, and this is one that bothers me. It doesn't bother me that much, but it does bother me. But it's people asking for free stops. The reason it bothers me is because it happens so much. I mean, it happens so much. It's like they just assume. They just get in the car trying to work you, right? I would have to say, if I do 10 Uber trips in a day, at least 1 to 2 of them are going to ask for an extra stop or a different stop. Different stops don't bother me as much if I can see it, right? If we're close. Don't tell me, oh, I just need to run across town to the mall. No, that's 30 minutes away. If I can see it, if it's right up the street, sure, I'll take you up the block and drop you off at the door. I ain't got a problem with that. But a lot of people don't do it that way. A lot of people do not do it that way. I keep going back to my phone. This is usually important, but the people who are asking for stops, they fucking know. You know you need to stop out of bank on the way home. So why do you wait to try to work me? Because you feel like you can get it for free. I mean, I keep going back to that. I guess that ties in with the tip bait. And maybe I was approaching it wrong, thinking, yeah, we can, just put it on the app, add the stop, yada, yada. Well, that's cheap anyway. Truth be told, Cash App me. If you're being real about that, hit that Cash App. Matter of fact, as soon as we finish this live, Holly, let's work on the Cash App thing. Like, listen, man, you want
easy to do. All I have to do is print it.
Let's print one of them up. Let's put it on a nice little stiff board and let's hang it on the back of that seat. Like, listen, man. And I think we should also put a list of, listen, man, you got a special request, you got a whatever, talk to me. You can Cash App me this directly and we can handle this on the spot. We can work out a price. But don't try to get me to drive around for an hour and a half for free just because you met me 2 minutes into an Uber ride. That just means you think I'm a weak-minded motherfucker. That just means you think I'm a fall for your bullshit. And I'm not, but I do think I was handling the situation wrong. Most of the time I would actually come in and say, oh, add it on the app. I should have been saying, bust out some cash. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
That's what I should have been said. But that's for a whole different thing. So we already talked about people coming out late, but this one's a little bit different. We talked about ones at the club, but this one, when you're at home, did you not know I was coming? Did you not call me? For real. For real, for real. Now, when you called me, did you not see the time on the goddamn phone that said I would be there in 6 minutes? If you weren't going to be ready in 6 minutes, you should have canceled the ride out. You do got 2 minutes to cancel a ride. You have 2 minutes on any ride that you want to cancel. You can just cancel it out and get on about your day. But I feel like, man, I get to your house and I'm sitting out there for 2, 3, 4 minutes. But just like the young lady said previously, if I text you and you didn't text me back, you ain't getting no breaks. I promise you, if I done shot you a text and I done said, hey, I've arrived, I'm outside waiting, and you didn't have the courtesy to say, be there in a sec, give me 3 minutes, or, running a little behind, please give me an extra minute, right? That would change the dynamics. When you just leave me sitting there wondering, nah, I'm going to swipe out every time. Even there was this one girl, actually, this was funny because I'm sitting outside waiting for her for a minute, for 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Finally, the door opens and she comes out just slowly kind of walking towards the car. She's slowly walking. My counter's going up. My counter hits 5 minutes, but she is coming towards the car. So I'm like, okay, this is not a problem. Let's go ahead and rock with this. Next thing you know, the door opens back up. I don't know, her boyfriend, son, whoever the fuck it was, comes out, says something to her. She stops, turns around, and starts engaging in a conversation with this dude. Swipe, drive off. You've already wasted my... You should have seen the look on her face. Once again, I probably should have posted that one. But once again, though, you're disrespecting my time. You're disrespecting... And yeah, I charge her the cancellation fee for being disrespectful to my time. Real talk. I feel like she could have had done a little bit better on that. Huh? Oh, you calling the dog? I feel like she could have did a little bit better than that. But I mean, it is what it is. Another thing I want to talk about, and Holly, you might want to come over for this one. But in driving Uber and doing ride share, and we're almost done, guys. We are almost done. We are actually into my top 5. We're into the top 5. But in driving for ride share, the one thing I have figured out is that the price of food is too goddamn high. Oh my God. I mean, what in the hell is going on with that? Holly is actually playing her gardening game right now.
I am not. I am actually budgeting and looking at...
She's multitasking.
Okay, I'm multitasking.
She's multitasking. She's in the control room multitasking. We're not even going to trip off that, man. Real talk. The next one that was on my list, though, was backseat fucking drivers. Oh, she got up and walked away. I just got her here. She's gone. Real talk. Backseat fucking drivers. Yeah. It gets on my fucking nerves. I'm going to tell you why. I got a map right here in front of me, my guy. And usually when you're trying to backseat drive, it's because you're trying to either get somewhere else or you're just trying to control the fucking situation. Listen, I don't need you to be a control freak right now. I'm trying to do my job. I can't listen to you, Siri, the map, and everybody else at the same time. Let me focus on the road. Let me focus on my map, okay? It will get you there. If you do not like the map or the route that Uber takes, you should contact them about it. That's what you should do. Instead of trying to get me to force me to take turns, and the biggest thing that gets me more than anything. So I'm going to go to another classic example. Just because we're stretching it out, we're in podcast mode. And people are telling me in podcast mode, I can go a little longer. I can kind of sit here and kick it for a little bit. So, but Kind of, maybe, sort of. Somebody better buy me a drink. Can you buy me a drink, Holly? Can I have a drink?
Baby, I don't have no money.
It's all good. We'll put this on the credit card.
No money.
We're going to put this one on the credit card. That's what we're going to do with that one right there.
Wow.
Because I need this one, man. I need this one, man. Nah, I mean, it is a real thing, though. It is a real thing. It's like people don't realize you out there hustling and you out there trying to get it in. But the backseat drivers, to me, it's a control thing. You see what I'm saying, Holly?
I do.
It's more like just, this is the way I go home.
Well, and I can say, yeah, because like with me, I have my OCD ass. I have the way that I take home to work and home every day. And
if you caught an Uber and the Uber starts driving.
Well, funny story. I did used to take Uber a lot.
You took a lot of them.
I took a lot of Uber and I let them do their job. They're provided a map.
If they do the job wrong, then complain. If
I see that they're going a different way than where I'm supposed to be going, I'll be like, where are we going? But I've never had that experience.
But these are people that get very upset about it.
It's more of a control thing.
It's like
go the way that I'm telling you to go.
I'm telling you to
I said to go this way. It's faster.
I have a map, and that's what gets me because they always come back with the excuses. Mm-hmm. Right? Every single time. Well, this way's faster. Yeah, I'm not really looking for speed, man. Look, they got a map. I'm trying to keep everybody. Yeah. There could be an accident down there. I don't know. The map is telling me that this is the quickest way. Sometimes it's the quickest way. Sometimes it's not. But they're telling me it's the quickest way.
The map isn't the right map because you did have a ride that had that instant.
But if you have a ride that has that instant, that we did have that ride, and maybe we'll go into that in a second. Mm-hmm. But if you have that ride, isn't that incumbent upon Uber?
Yes.
To fix it.
Yes.
I'm going to go where the map is telling me to go. What you need to do is call Uber and say, hey, your map is wrong, and you build me an extra 7 miles, an extra 7 or 10 minutes or 10 miles or whatever it was. So I think in that situation, my phone keeps shutting off on me. This is killing me. It's making me so mad.
I'm sorry.
But in that situation, though, I do feel like your situation is not with me, it's with Uber. I don't mind if you're saying
Uber provides you guys with a map for a purpose.
For a purpose. So imagine if your daughter was in the car.
I definitely would not want you going off map.
Correct.
Especially if I ordered the Uber for my daughter.
And you're watching this map.
You're watching this map, and that Uber driver goes off map. I'm texting my daughter immediately. Are you okay?
What's going on? What's going on? That's what I would be asking.
Yeah. I would prefer that an Uber driver stick to their map. That's
correct.
The reason that Uber provides them for their drivers.
Real talk. So today, actually, this lady, she gets in my car. She got her daughter with her, and we are riding along. And I mean, she is insistent. I mean, every turn, she's like micromanaging. And I get this is the way that you drive home. And she came up with 100 million billion excuses. Well, this way is faster. Well, this way is easier. And I was like, I'm sorry. I just prefer to follow the map. Well, I'm just trying to save your car. That's the one that gets me most. Like, I'm doing you a favor. Right. There's a bunch of potholes. There's a bunch of dips. I don't want you to tear your car up. No, you're trying to fucking control me.
Yes.
You don't like Uber's map. Now, I will say this, though. I'm torn as an Uber driver. Mm-hmm. Because you are going to the same place.
Yes.
Usually. There are them times where that person stops you and is like, oh, I just got to stop here and let my daughter out, though.
You should have added that to the map.
I'm not stopping. You got to add that to the map.
Added that to your stops.
Correct. Yes. But that's like far and in between.
Right.
But most of the time, if they're genuinely trying to feel like, it's a good, like
you
this is the way.
With me, because I have told you, baby, go.
Correct. Yes. And I'm like,
I drive these streets every day.
Every day. I drive these streets every day.
Shut up.
I drive these streets every day, all day long. But backstreet drivers is super high up on my list. I'm getting paid to get you from point A to point B. It does not say that I have to take your preferred method.
No.
It does not. Now, the kick is if it's the same amount of time, and if you indulge them, could you possibly get maybe a better tip out of it or some gratuities or something? Maybe it'll help you out.
Probably not.
But probably not.
And I'm sorry to say this, but with people that want control like that, they're not going to tip you extra for taking the way that they told you to take.
Because they feel like they could just tell you what to do.
Yes.
They feel like you just work for me. I gave you $3. This I fucking fuck you. I ain't get $3. That's how I feel. Okay, we've already talked about people trying to do sneaky shit. And she brought that up earlier. I think we got like 2 left, guys. So we're getting ready to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going on 2 hours, but one of the things that get me, and I think I just don't understand it because it ties in with entitled people. It ties in with entitled people, and I think that's why I don't get it. But one of the things that I really don't get is people who get mad at you for not indulging in their bullshit, right? I.e. the guy who wanted me to stop and you got to add a stop. I didn't make the freaking rules. Uber makes the fucking rules, but all of a sudden, oh, well, according to you, I got to fucking add a fucking stop in the fucking thing and woo-doo-doo-woo. Hey, bruh.
That's why it has add a stop.
That's why the add a stop is on there. And the fact that you can't navigate the app, that's not my issue.
Yes.
Right? Maybe it's Uber's issue. Maybe they should have made it easier for you to add a stop. I don't know. You know whose issue it's not?
Yours.
Mine's.
That's why we're going to put the QR code. You want me to make an extra stop? Throw me that tip.
And I would prefer you go straight too. Yeah. I would prefer you, man, shoot me the bread straight to me. Don't bullshit.
Let me see how much
don't beat around the bush.
Get the notification real quick.
Real shit. We're gonna get the notification like, oh, you just got a cash out from such. Cool. Let's make that happen.
Right.
But that really does get to me. But it doesn't get to me as much as my number one. It does not get to me as much as my number one. My number one. And my number one, just to be clear, is stank ass fucking people. I'm going to repeat that because I was pounding my hand on the table. But stank ass people. Stank ass people. Did you not know you were going to be around somebody? You had to know. You called me. You called me to you, knowing that you were going to inflict your bodily odors upon me.
But maybe they don't realize that they do. Because you know, like when you're around cigarette smoke, you just don't smell it no more.
So they've become blind to it.
Immune to it.
Okay, so yeah. That's a good possibility. I'm going to give you, there is this.
I know when I stink. I'm like, ooh, is that me?
My mom used to always tell me, if other people can smell it, you have to be able to smell it. You're closer to yourself than them.
Though.
I don't know.
You're used to that.
I know I can smell it now. Every single time that I get into it, I know for a fact when I can smell it, when I cannot smell it. I know for a fact. But if you can, if they can smell it, man, I know that you had to be able to smell it. But I have a person that I pick up that, I mean, has the worst stench ever. And these are things that I feel like are avoidable. You could tell that she has, this person has a bunch of cats. You could tell they got a bunch of cats. It's just permeated through their clothes. And it's, but it's not just the cats. I don't know if they have a diaper. I don't know what it is. This person is an adult. But I mean, just a blatant smell. You know, I don't know if you've ever smelled somebody who smelled like urine. But she smelled like both urine. Sorry. It was a female. She smelled like both urine and shit. She smelled like piss and shit at the same time. I'm like, come on, people. So this is problematic. This is problematic. I'm sorry. To you guys. This is problematic. I feel like, man, you cannot get into my car on an ice cold day in which I have to rely on the heater and funk up my whole entire car. It might be 106 degrees outside. I got the windows up, air conditioner on, and you get in my car. And now not only is it in the car, but it's fucking circulating with the air conditioner. You had to know that you smelled that way. But if you didn't know about the cats, if you couldn't smell the cat smell, if you couldn't smell the urine, if you couldn't smell the shit, ironically, while she was back there, she reached for something. When she reached for something, the worst, most manly body odor that I had ever encountered came from out of that woman's armpits. It was in my, I dead ass had to stop my day. I had to stop my day. Rolling the windows down wasn't enough. Real talk. You couldn't get the smell out the car. I was like, damn. So, I would have to say, man, stank ass motherfucking people, man. It's got to be my biggest pet peeve, man. I do think that some people, this is not everybody. If I pick you up from a basketball game, okay, I do expect that you you might have been sweating, right? I get it. I pick you up from the gym. I pick people up from the gym all the time. You may have been sweating. I'm not tripping off that. But this wasn't that type of odor. This was I don't take care of myself type of odor. And it was a very offensive odor. And now I'm like, do you one-star a person for that? How do you handle that? Do you just stop and be like, hey, I don't know if you realize this, but there's an extremely offensive odor coming from you. Well, that's definitely going to fuck with your tips. It's going to mess with the tips. Either way. But that's my biggest pet peeve. I didn't even actually list them in order, but I did have my 5 biggest ones in there. They were all at the end. I do appreciate you guys coming through and rocking with your boy. I will be going live. Like, we're trying to set it up to where we got the mic and we got the area. This is also going to be for my Surviving Prison podcast, which is getting ready to start real soon. Might record an episode or 2 of that tonight. It's a lot easier to record a podcast and then just post it and let you guys get to it whenever you get to it. But I do want to do the live broadcast so that if you guys wanted to reach out to me, if you guys wanted to speak to me or talk to me or whatever, you would have an opportunity to actually do that. And you would have an opportunity to get a real response from either me or the star of the show. This actually, I don't understand why. You are the star of the show. You are the star of the show. Well, how come you get so many fucking comments?
Because they like me.
That's my whole fucking point. Either way, we're here doing the lives and you can communicate with us. So that's why we're doing. And we also have a lot of fun doing them. But we're not going to keep you guys that long. Them were my biggest pet peeves. Oh my God. We will be back next freaking Wednesday. FYI. Swing through, have a drink with your boy. Buy your boy a shot. Buy your boy a shot. If you want to come through and kick it, man, we ain't got a problem with it. Buy your boy a shot. Let's chop it up. We're going to come up with some topics for next week. This week was my 5 biggest pet peeves. If you happen to watch this video later on a pre-recorded thing, drop it in the comments. Let us know. exactly what you guys want to talk about, and we could bring that up too on some of our lives, assuming that we are not doing a Amazon box unveil or.
We're too poor for that.
Real talk.
Too poor for Amazon box right now.
Real talk. Or doing a video game, old school video game. Now, ain't no telling what you're going to find us over here doing, but we do hope you come over to see what we're doing. We are always in some type of adventure. We're always doing something. We hope you guys come through to kick it with us. Like we always say, let's get it. I don't even know how to shut this thing off now.